A professor of philosophy stood before his class, with some items in front of him. When the class began, wordlessly he picked up a large empty mayonnaise jar, and proceeded to fill it with rocks about 2 inches in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was full. So the professor then picked up a box of pebbles, and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly and watched, as the pebbles rolled into the open areas between the rocks. The professor then asked the students again if the jar was full. They agreed that it was full. The professor picked up a box of sand, and poured it into the jar. The sand filled the remaining open areas of the jar. "Now," said the professor, "I want you to recognize that this jar signifies your life. The rocks are the truly important things, such as family, health, and relationships. If all else was lost, and only the rocks remained, your life would still be meaningful. The pebbles are the other things that matter in your life, such as work or school. The sand signifies the remaining small stuff and material possessions. If you put sand into the jar first, there is no room for the rocks or the pebbles. The same can be applied to your lives. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are truly important. We should first spend quality time with our health, children, family, and friends. Paying attention to these things, which are critical to our happiness and well-being, must be the paramount importance. Take time to get medical checkups, play with your children, go for a run, or visit your grandparents. After that, we can set our focus on the pebbles that represent our job, house, or car. These things are also meaningful, but cannot be as meaningful compared to what has been described as the rocks of life. Lastly, the sand is everything else, the least significant. If we give priority to these kinds of stuff, there will be no time for any others, that truly matter most.